Good morning. It's Tuesday the 21st of April and I've got a lovely morning of maths planned for you. We're going to be looking at an addition game a bit later on. But first, for task A, I thought we'd have a look at something called subitizing. Now, subitizing is when you look at a group of objects and you just know straight away in your head how many objects it is. It's like magic, but it's magic maths. Your brains can do magical maths. So for example, dice are really good for subitizing, so are things like dominoes, things like that. So if I showed you this, I bet you know how much that is straight away. I bet you don't. Do you need to count it? 1. You know that straight away. If I showed you this, would you know what it is straight away? 3. You wouldn't need to count it. You just know that that's 3. You might not need to go 1, 2, 3. You might want to double check. But once you train your brain to do subitizing, you'll be able to look at a number and know it straight away. Like I say, dice are really good for those. What about, let's try 2. You can do it with fingers as well, actually. It's quite good to do it with fingers. Let's try another one. 5. Well done. Last one. Oh, that's tricky. 6. If you needed to count that one, I'm not surprised. It's a bigger number. Let's try it with fingers now. How many? Can you see? How quickly did you say that? Was it very quick? I bet it was. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 5. Well done. Let's try a trickier one. 7. Well done. Oh, I think that's enough subitizing for today. You could carry on if you've got a dice, if you've got fingers, I'm sure you have. You could play that with your grown-ups. Task B today is to play an addition game, and I'll explain the game to you in just a minute. But first I wanted to remind you a little bit about addition. Have you heard of addition before? Sometimes we shorten it and say just add. Sometimes we say more or total or plus. You heard those words? And in maths, we use a certain sign to show when we add. Can you draw that sign in the sky? It looks like this. Well done if you already knew it was that sign. So you might be writing that sign today in your maths. And adding is when we join 2 or more numbers together to make one bigger number, which we sometimes call the total or the whole number. So your game that you're playing is called Dice Addition 4 in a row, and the board looks like this. And your job is to make a line of 4 or more numbers in a row. It could be horizontal, it could be vertically. I'm sure if diagonally would work. See if it would work. You can only cross off a number when you roll 2 dice that add together to make that number. So let's do one as an example. Okay. Right. Oh, I've got this number, 5, and this number, 4. 5 and 4. So my number sentence is going to be 5 add 4, and we'll see what that equals when we total them together. Okay, 5. Now you've got a choice how you record. You might record with dots. You might want to draw your 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how it looks on the dice, isn't it? 5, and I added on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now my total will be what they are together, all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to write the number 9 to remind myself. 9. You could, if you're confident, you could just write the numbers. So you know that a 5, this number shape, represents 5. 5 of something, in our case 5 on the dice, but it could be 5 anything, it could be 5 fingers. Add 4, because we added 4, didn't we? We had 5, we added 4. That's the same thing, it just says it as a number sentence, and we know that that equals, when we added them together, 9. You might want to put your dots underneath to help you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you could add your dots up to see what they make. They should make that same answer. Okay, that's an example. So you can record as you play. So Uraz, you're using dice that go up to 6. So it's a cube, it's got 6 sides, so it goes up to 6. That's a normal dice. Year ones, if you want more of a challenge, you might use a dice that looks like this. This dice has got 10 sides. It's a 10-sided dice, so I could have any number from 1 to 10. I don't think it does 0. If you don't have either dice at home, don't worry because the internet's amazing, and if you type into Google roll a 10-sided dice, it just comes up on the screen for you. Just type it into Google, they've got them ready for you to use. And task C today is a problem for you to solve, and it's something that I wonder what's the biggest possible total I could roll with 2 dice? It might depend on the type of dice you have, but I wonder what the biggest possible total would be, and I wonder what the smallest possible total would be. I wonder if you know the answer and if you can prove it by reasoning about your maths and your thinking. I'd be really interested to see what you come up with. Okay, that's it for today, and I will see you again tomorrow with a new challenge. Bye-bye.